I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 3 years ago after second time postpartum, because I had gestational diabetes both times with both my pregnancies, both my children. And then after the first one, it went away. After the second one, it went away, but then it came back full on diabetes about 8 months after. So 8 months postpartum. So that's when I was told that I'm full on diabetic, that my pancreas is shot. That was the words that my doctors and my nurses used, who were, treating me and informing me of my A1C level, which at that point was 10.1. So both times during gestational diabetes, I was taking 4 shots of insulin per day. Wow. And my glucose levels never came down. It was very severely uncontrolled diabetes. And both my children were born under very difficult and horrible circumstances because of that gestational diabetes. Freaked me out. I had a 2-day full-on session of full-on depression and crying and mourning and grieving that healthy part of me that was existent a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. All of a sudden realizing that, oh my gosh, I'm aging, and with age comes all these issues. That day I made a decision. I had Jose and Diana in my Instagram daily, and I followed what they were talking about and what you guys were saying. And it started resonating with me because I hit that point where I'm like, if I don't make a change right now, my little kids will either have a sick mom or no mom. And that is what got to me the most. And so full stop that day, joined your program, sat through the entire workshop, started reading into all of your different programs. And, for me, it was worth every single penny and more. If we don't fix now, we're paying with it, not just with your health, but the financial burden of having uncontrolled diabetes, the financial burden of having heart disease is catastrophic. So anyways, so that's exactly what made me realize is I will gladly pay whatever it takes for me to be a part of a support group, for me to actually get properly educated by experts who know exactly what they're talking about, who have done their research, who have spent years educating themselves so they can educate the public and go from there. And so I made a very conscious decision that day. I said, I'm going to follow this program completely 100% to the T. And I have not wavered from that since then. So my glucose levels were like 300 to 400. My fasting was 250, 270, 290 daily. All of August, that's what my glucose levels were. By September 10th, I was at 147 fasting. This has been an absolutely life-changing month for me. I went to a concert on Sunday night. I stood on my feet for 4 hours, which I have not been able to do in literally years, because I was so inflamed. So I wore heels, and people who live with chronic inflammation, which diabetes is, it's a disease, it's an inflammatory disease. I was not able to wear high heels. It's something so simple, but we don't think about it. We get tired. And I was constantly in this diabetic fog. I would eat carbs and then I was just like, oh my gosh, I need a nap. I'm so tired. And I've got 2 little kids to take care of.
Right.
So I have not had a diabetic fog in 28 days. Literally day 1, my body was like, I like this. This is fun. Oh my gosh, I have energy. Like I said, I stood on heels for 4 hours. I didn't feel tired. I've been working out every single day, walking. And so I'm beyond excited to continue this lifestyle. This is not a diet for me. I would say this to anyone: pay whatever highest price there is for you to get yourself informed and educated, so that you're not paying with your health and you're not paying with your life's finances. Your wealth will dwindle away if you're on constant medication. Wow. You asked me what medicines I was on. I was on 2,000 milligrams of metformin. Didn't do anything. Seriously, my glucose didn't budge for 3 months, 4 months, nothing. But metformin makes me feel horrible. Right. It causes diarrhea. It causes fatigue. Oh my gosh, it made me feel so bad. Yeah. No,
Wow.
I have not been on any diabetic medication for 28 days. Nothing. I went
Wow.
cold turkey, stopped it that day, done. And I thank you and Diana and your entire team every minute of every waking hour.
Thank
My
you.
mom, who's been diabetic for almost 30 years, 4 heart attacks later, her glucose in 30 years, even though she takes 3 shots of insulin, she's on metformin, she's on glipizide, she's on every diabetic, she was on Jardians. So my mom, 15 days into our, because I forced her, I made I went cold turkey on her too, poor thing. And she was just like, okay, I'm doing this with you. 15 days into it, her sugars are finally going down. She's actually noticing, she's realizing her energy level. For 30 years, she's been living in a diabetic fog. Can you imagine living for 30 years in a fog? I can't imagine that. I've only been living with this for 3 and I had enough.
Yeah.
I was like, if I
Wow.
continue this, I will die. And I
Wow.
don't want to die. So, and neither does she. And here we are.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for your mom, for your entire family that now they get to get this quality of life that you have and that your mom has and enjoy being in family for like the years to come. I
Yeah,
mean, this is
absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm happy for you guys because you get to have your life's calling.
yeah.
And this is like a mission, right? Almost. And I feel like if you continue this, not if, please continue this so that people can get educated, so that people can understand and know, because you guys don't just inform and say, okay, here's your course and then you're done and whatever. Like I'm sure so many other courses do that just simply because it's like a money-making tool. But with
Right.
you guys, you actually care. Every day you give small, tangible, doable tips and tricks on how to manage this lifestyle.
Moments like this make it all worth it for me. You know,
Sure.
like when I
Worth
started
it.
this like 6 years ago, and
Wow.
it was like day in and day out, day in and day out of working and trying to spread the word
Yeah.
about this lifestyle. And as a matter of fact, you see that logo right there? That is the
Yeah.
logo for reversing T2D.
Great.
It was one night where I started like drafting, like how do I
Oh,
like draft something that implies reversal and it's like it's an apple as you can
it's
tell.
perfect.
And I
Yeah.
started like like drawing it, and now that like reversing T2D is growing and a lot of people are finding out about us, my girlfriend actually gifted that to me, and every time that I walk into my office
Yeah.
I look at that and I'm like, wow, like look how far we've come helping people. And now moments like this where I talk to people like you that have experienced all of these amazing results, I get goosebumps and I'm like, this is all worth it. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's my life calling, and it feels
I'm going
great.
to be inviting you and Diana to my 75th birthday.
I love that. I love that.